Good evening, everybody. This is Angel Santiago here with Sim Racing Media for the Ballista Packs Cup Series. We are live from Texas for Circuit of the Americas, where we've got quite the race for everybody today. We're going to let them finish up qualifying here in just a few moments, and we will get right back to our pole sitter. Well, we've only got just a few seconds left here in qualifying. We'll run through the race info very quickly. This is the Lone Star GP, Lone Star Grand Prix, my apologies, at Circuit of the Americas. We are presented today by Dylan Nadwodny Creative. It's quite a bit to put up on that top screen right there, so some of it did get cut out. Nonetheless, it's the Circuit of the Americas, one of the newest racetracks out there. Very, very challenging. You can see the very tight corners here in the track map. The weather for today is 72 degrees, no humidity. Let's go ahead and bring it a little bit lower to make this a little bit of an easier drive for some of these drivers, as this is a tough one. Track temp is at 97, was 107 during practice today, so that should help. We'll go ahead and run down our start for today's race. Evan Pienta, no surprise there. He will be on pole. Derek Watkins will start second. John Garrett in third. Adam Bazeo is in fourth. Joe Selby in fifth. DG Swiss in sixth. Michael Edwards in seventh. Nice to see him back at the racetrack this week. Josh Anderson in eighth. Mike Thomas in ninth. Christopher Alkire in 10th. Kyle Akers in 11th. And Jeremy Clapper in 12th. Now we only had 12 drivers show up for today's race. A lot of them just scared off a little bit by the track. So go ahead and shut that out. Bring up the driver details for your leader. Let's try to get him in here right before this one starts. Hey Evan, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Well, Evan, we saw you have quite the dominating performance at Watkins Glen a few weeks ago. You had quite the battle there with Dylan Failovich. He's not here today. You've got the pole. What's the plan for today? How do we get it done after 34 laps at Circuit of the Americas?
I'm just going to try and get out to an early jump, not try and make as many mistakes as possible, keep it clean, keep it on track, and I think that's how we're going to win the race.
All right, buddy. Good luck here. Have a great one. We'll send you back in, and hopefully we're talking to you at the end of this one.
Thank you.
All right, that was Evan Pienta, your pole sitter. Getting ready to go green here. Give them a moment. Give them a moment. And we are green here at Circuit of the Americas. Let's go ahead and get you our tower today. Evan Pienta with a nice jump here. We start going right into turn one. Oh, he's going to go a little bit wide. A couple drivers do, but they'll keep it together. They got to stop down to almost 30 miles per hour in that section alone. We'll see the speeds that they run going into it later on. As Pienta pulls out to the lead, John Garrett in second, Derek Watkins in third. Oh, Joe Selby and Adam Bazell, a little contact there through the S's. Adam's probably going to have to give up some time cutting the corner a little bit. And you see he'll give that position back as DG Swiss looks to his inside, then outside. We'll say it all from left to right here. There's Michael Edwards in 6. Oh, DG Swiss went off the track a little bit. We'll go right back. We have no cautions for today's race. We'll see him here as he goes up the track. Oh, just overdrove the corner just a little bit, got into the gas a little too hard. That took him back around. Oh, he's gonna lock it up into there as he is right up here behind Mike Thomas. Thomas, go ahead and let him by. We get back up to the front where Evan Pienza's already got himself a 2-second lead, but they are side by side here for second and third. Joe Selby and John Garrett. Joe had been putting in quite a bit of practice over the last couple of days for this track, trying to give himself the best possible position here at Circuit of the Americas. You see he's carrying the title sponsor for the series, Ballista Packs. So you got Michael Edwards. Let's see, he had an issue here off one of the turns, it looks like. We're going to be seeing issues all the way around this track all day today. It's only 34 laps. Oh, as you just go sideways a little bit there. You see Kyle Akers do much of the same as he follows right in behind him, as he's battling there with Josh Anderson. Yeah, and just locks it up just a little bit. Yeah, just a kiss in the wall. He'll be just fine. Joe Selby's made his way into the second position, now 4.3 seconds behind the leader. We got a big track for you today, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring up something we don't normally do. See that track map right at the top right of your screen? They are going to be based off of their positions, which is why we're going to leave the tower up so you know where your favorite driver is at all times. That highlighted green number 2 just means that we are focusing in on the second place car of Joe Selby. Evan Pienza further up here. And the pile of cars right behind as we continue to go through the field. Now with 34 laps, this equals out to about half the race distance of the NASCAR race here at COTA, as they have been doing all season long here for the Ballista Packs Cup Series. And trying to talk with some of the drivers during the practice session earlier, they were talking about getting maybe 10 to 15 laps on fuel tank here. They're limited to 65%. So we'll see how many drivers start pitting early on. If you look at it about 15 laps, if they can push it 15 laps, that will take them, well, of course, to just under the halfway mark. We will probably have to see 2 pit stops. Not sure you're going to find a way to save 4 laps over 2 runs on a giant track like Circuit of the Americas. Oh, there's your leader there, pushing it a little bit too hard. He'll keep the car right under him. Let's see, an issue here for DG Swiss. Now, my apologies, folks. I am not the best with the numbers on these cars. I'm sorry, on the track in comparison to the where they are each turn. I can tell you that this is the last turn as they go through here. That's an important one. The second longest stretch on the track, trying to get up to speed here. And Evan Pienza is going to hit a top speed of about 154 miles per hour before getting to this turn, and is going to go as low as... Oh, is he sideways? Oh, I'm looking at the speed, and he is sideways there. Wow, what a job there. He'll get it back under him, but that gives Joe Selby a chance as he's now under half a second behind the leader. He is looking to hunt him down, hoping for more of an issue for him. We'll go back to the pack here as they settle that through. Christopher Alkire, race winner earlier this year at Auto Club, just goes off the track a little bit. We'll see a lot of these. Actually going to have a little bit more off of the track there. Looks like he tried to gas it back up and just right into the grass, and hard contact with that inside wall. That'll put him. Selby's staying right in tow with Evan Pienza. This is probably the opportunity he needed, just to drive behind one of the fastest drivers in the Ballista Packs Cup Series when it comes to road racing. Just to see, see the drives in a little deep there. Going to lose a little bit of time to Pienza. And these guys are on these brakes so hard here that when we come up to these heavier braking zones, you are going to see these brake rotors glowing and glowing red. Something we typically only see at the night races, so that's how hard these guys are having to work these brakes. As Pienta's lead shrunk by about a tenth of a second here over this lap so far, as Selby continues to look to try to improve and catch Pienta, make sure Pienta doesn't get a chance to just run away with this and get his second victory of the season. Speaking of Joe Selby, he's looking still for his first race win of the season. As they round out here on the final turn, driving deep down into turn one again, and we'll see speeds as low as 29 miles per hour there by Selby, as he's going to just get a little bit loose, and he'll lose a good amount of time to Pienta right in front of him. We'll drop back down to the field here as we've got a battle for the 7th position, the number 7 of Josh Anderson and the number 26 of DG Swiss. Within about half a second, now a second of each other, as Anderson goes a little wide. Oh, as DG's right behind him, he's going to lose it off the turn. What a great view we had of that as he came through turn one. Yes, through turn one there. Here, gas it up just a little bit too quickly, overcorrects it, locks himself down on the brake so he's not going to make any contact with the wall. He'll keep it clean and he'll live to see another day and continue on racing. He locks it up just a little bit more there. We'll look at Kyle Akers here as he's got about a 1 second advantage over Josh Anderson. 1 to 1.5 seconds right now as Josh takes it a little high there off the turn. Looks like we have our first driver out of the race here. That'll be Michael Edwards after some heavy contact with the wall as well. Take him out of the race today. But a 12th place finish nonetheless for showing up and giving it a shot. Ooh, and Kyle Akers is going to go wide there. We see that from Josh Anderson's view. We'll jump back here to Kyle Akers and see what all happened. Just another one of those moments where you push it a little bit too hard off the turn. That's all it takes in these next-gen cars, and even in the regular current gens. Yeah, just went in there a little hot, and when it got back on the throttle, it went sideways on her. Well, we go back up to the lead as Evan Pienta that last time around put down the fastest lap we've seen anybody put down today by a very wide margin. His fastest lap there was a 2:15.56. The next fastest is going to be a 2:15 flat by John Garrett in third. So he's got himself quite the lead. We've already seen him make one mistake earlier. We'll have to see if he doesn't do it again. Joe Selby in second. John Garrett currently running in the third position. Adam Bazale, last week's winner, up here in the fourth spot, looking to continue his good fortunes. Had a great race at Darlington. Said that it's one of his favorite tracks, but not one he quite expected to win at last week. But he did it in fantastic fashion, dominating the very end of the race in that last run, winning by a wide margin. So Adam Bazale picked up his first win last week, now continuing the good run here in the fourth position. Derek Watkins here in the fifth position, also carrying our title sponsor of Ballista Packs. Josh Anderson has made his way up to the sixth spot. DG Swiss still up here in seventh after quite a few off-track issues, but still out there with a relatively clean car. So we talk about him week in and week out, how he's a very aggressive driver, but how even when something bad happens, he figures out a way to move back to the front. So we'll look for him to continue moving forward here as the laps continue. Kyle Akers in the 8th place. Jeremy Clapper back in ninth. And we saw a pass as Derek Watkins went by Adam Bazale there. Just heard over the. Oh, sorry, wrong. Jumped to the wrong person there. There you go. As Adam Bazale waved Derek by, knowing that Derek's just a little bit faster, and Adam's just trying to make himself a good top 5 finish for today's race. We're currently on lap 6, 5 laps into this race. Now, technically, you know, if these drivers decide, they could come down pit road right now and get that first fill up on fuel. You know, we talking about earlier with some of the drivers. Oh, what a very clean turn one for Evan Pienta there. Wow, that looked like just perfection through there. Nonetheless, about 15 laps. So if you do 15-15, that's 30. Leads 4 extra laps. So at any point now, it was technically in the first stage of pit strategy that you could see. However, there's a good chance that many of these drivers decide to extend it as far as they could, try to make this maybe just on one stop and take it 17 and 17 laps. But again, that's 2 laps at a giant track like Sicker of the Americas. We'll go back here to the race info. This is a 3.36 mile track length. So it's going to be very difficult to try to save 6.6, just over 6.7 miles on each run there. So it'll be a lot of work for them. Get that track map back up for you here. Evan Pienta comes down the front stretch. We're going to go ahead and jump on board with Pienta, and we'll show you what a lap looks like on board with him as he's blanking it out a little bit here. So we'll hope to hang on. Drives it deep here into turn 1. Keeps it nice and steady. Follow along as well on the track map to know where he is at. He's at green number 1. He takes it through the S's here. Fast part of the S is in a very slow part. Gotta really use those rumble strips on the side to your advantage to help this car turn. If that's red area, you can use it for the track. Another nice sharp turn through here. Nice and clean for Pienta. So another big chicane through there almost. Slight bump of the throttle there, then full throttle through here. He's going to stay in the third gear deep to 9,600 RPM. Not to have to shift and maybe gain even more speed and make it difficult to stop. Through one of the tighter corners, as now we're on the longest stretch here of the entire track. You guys won't be able to see it, but I'll give you his top speed through there is 160 miles per hour, 167 miles per hour before coming to a very slow 40 miles per hour. Through here, a couple of more sharp winding turns. Oh, he's gonna lose it. Oh, he loses it right there off that turn. Joe Selby's gonna be right there, an opportunity to catch him possibly. Evan's gonna get back going. Joe is right back on his bumper. See, all it takes is just one little mistake, and the giant lead that you have is just erased immediately. And Joe is picking up every lap. His fastest lap is a now 2:12.98, only 4/10 slower than that of Evan Pienta. And the last time around, Joe was actually had a faster lap time. Of course, he'll have a faster one again this time around with Evan's slight mistake. Josh Anderson, we'll jump to him for just a moment. He just had his fastest lap of the day. on lap 7 at 2:16.05. That'll put him about fourth fastest as we see Derek Watkins make a pass there on John Garrett for third. See him chasing him down here into turn 1. Oh, looks like John just went a little too far off the track on into turn 1, allowed Derek Watkins to get up and pass him. Jump back to the live view. Let's jump on board here with Joe Selby and see what he's looking at as he chases down the 00 of Evan Pienza, our leader today. I do remember Joe was looking for his first victory of the season. Evan's already got himself a victory, so Joe's looking to lock himself into the playoffs as we've got quite a few drivers having won this season already. We'll go through that in just a moment. At the moment, Michael Edwards, who had a bit of an accident there early on, going to be out of the race for the rest of this one. However, he's got the only person so far in the Ballistic Packs Cup Series this season with multiple wins. He's got 2 wins. He won them earlier in the season, easily locking himself into the playoffs. Derek Watkins in third place. He's got himself a victory as well this year. We mentioned Evan Pienza with his dominating win at Watkins Glen. Dalton Hayes, not in today's race, but he's got himself a victory and a lock into the playoffs. Jalen Battle as well missing today, but he's got himself a victory after a fantastic race at Bristol where Pienza was looking for his second win of the season and at the final turn got the good old bump and run from Jalen Battle for that victory. Christopher Alkire, currently a lap down in 11th and at number 43. Alkire won in a very emotional way. We showed that last week for you folks, so if you didn't get a chance to watch last week's broadcast, I encourage you to check out our YouTube page at Sim Racing Media with the playlist specifically for the Ballistic Packs Cup Series, where Christopher Alkire said run an emotional one at Auto Club a few weeks ago and put together quite the video with other drivers congratulating the Navy vet. There's the number 43, Christopher Alkire, just taking it nice and gingerly. Figures if somebody else has some more misfortune, he can make it to the end of this race. He'll get himself a top 10, but 11th place is certainly good to continue to add to those points. This last time around, DG Swiss had his fastest lap of the day, tying that of Josh Anderson with a 2:16.05. And Derek Watkins as well with his fastest lap of the day at a 2:14.36 on that last lap. So on lap 8, we had 2 drivers, Derek Watkins and DG Swiss, put down the fastest laps they have so far in this race. As we come through here, finishing up lap 8, we will take a brief pause and we'll jump back to your leaders as they continue to stay close to each other. As actually Evan Pienza has caught the 10th place car of Mike Thomas. Oh, is going to follow him off, and Mike Thomas is going to go ahead and wave him by as they go down the front stretch. Again, shows the fantastic respect that these drivers have for each other. We'll jump back here. Let's say DG went off a little bit. This is showing Pienza, my apologies. Here we are back with DG Swiss. This is actually the heaviest braking zone that we get. Oh, he just locks him up, went a little bit too deep into there. Nothing crazy. Car still intact. And still running solidly in the 7th position. to Adam Bazell here is he's 1.2 seconds off of that of John Garrett. And that time around, Christopher Alkire with his fastest lap of the race. Oh, Derek Watkins looks like he went off track a little bit. That'll cost him 2 spots. That's going to show Bazell. Let's jump back here to Derek Watkins. He was running into third position and oh, going to the S's, he just lost it, locked it up into the sand. Yep, that cost him. He went from third to fifth right there, allowing John Garrett to get by him and Adam Bazell. So it's going to be quite a bit of work now for Derek to try to get back into a podium position as he sits 2.5 seconds behind Bazell and 3.2 seconds behind that of John Garrett. Adam Bazell, that time around, on his fastest lap of the race as well. So we see each lap these drivers continue to learn just a little bit more to try to improve and make their times even faster and hoping to make up some spots. And just like that, we'll be right back. We'll take a brief break, my apologies, and we'll let these drivers continue to go at it here for the third position. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here as we continue to watch these drivers battle it out. So we have one driver actually on pit road. That is that of Kyle Akers. With 24 laps to go, he is the first to hit pit road here. Coming in for 4 fresh tires and a full tank of gas. Got 23 laps to go though, so it looks like he's probably just gonna have to make this on a on a 2-stop strategy. So we'll see how that works out for him. You see those brake rotors glowing. Oh, and the double zero's wide again. But Joe Selby had some issues just a little bit before that allowed Evan Pienta to continue to pull away there. So Evan right now has got about a 6.5 second lead over Joe Selby in the number 99. And Evan Pienta is absolutely one great road racer. But it's not just been on the road though. He has shown speed at every single track. Again, he had an opportunity to win at Bristol. He's shown speed every single week, week in and out. He had to miss a few of the weeks, but aside from that, he has been just fast. Let's go find the schedule. for the Blister Packs Cup Series. We'll run through it as they continue here to drive on. See, this week we are at Circuit de Americas. Next week, July, we're on July, August. Next Wednesday, August 4th, it is the Suicide Prevention Lifeline.org 250 at Talladega. Be an exciting one there at Talladega. We know these drivers are, they put on quite the show for us at Daytona, so we'll have another fun one at Talladega. Talladega is the last race before the playoffs begin at Richmond on the 11th of August. So we have quite a few drivers looking to make themselves a spot available in the playoffs by winning and guaranteeing themselves at Talladega. So this is the ninth race so far this season, and we've seen seven different winners through 8 races. Again, as Michael Edwards was the only driver to have won twice so far. And just like that, Joe Selby decides he's going to hit pit road first with 22 laps to go. So again, looks like we'll be on this pit strategy of 2 different times coming to pit road. Now, mind you, we are 12 laps into this race to give us 34 total. So pit strategies is how we're working out. Go ahead and split it up. Go 12 here, go another 12 at the 24 mark, and we got the final 10 laps. You're ready to go. Derek Watkins decided to follow in the number 41 Chevrolet Camaro, and then Adam Pizzeo right behind him as well in his Ford Mustang in the number 55. DG Swiss comes down pit road as well here. So here's Evan Pienta still with the lead now with Joe Selby coming down the pit road. That leaves Josh Anderson in second place. Him, Evan Pienta, Jeremy Clapper, and Mike Thomas is. Oh! Josh almost loses it off the turn. He'll keep it going though, as Joe Selby's going to go ahead and drive on by as that happens. But as mentioned, Pienta, Anderson, Clapper, and Mike Thomas are the only drivers yet to come down pit road, so we'll see them the next time around more than likely. Or sometime soon. Again, there is no cautions for road courses, as the caution laps, we'd be waiting here for a very long time. So no caution. And just like that, leader Evan Pienta comes down pit road. You see that beautiful view you get as he decided to come down in. Gotta make sure don't speed, don't lose any more time than you need to. Joe Selby trying to make up the time that he is behind the leader. It was 50 something seconds. It was about 55 maybe behind Evan Pienta when Evan came on the pit road. So we'll see if coming in a lap early for Joe worked out at all. We'll see if it's any faster for him. We'll see if Josh Anderson decides to come down pit road as well this time. When Evan Pienta's already off pit road going through turn 1, so we'll see what the difference looks like. That time around, Christopher Alkire putting down his fastest lap again. So as I said, these drivers continuing to improve and figure things out. As Joe's going to stay high through there. Now 14 seconds behind Evan Pienta. So it looks like overall there, Pienta was able to gain on him. John Garrett put down his fastest lap that time around, a 2:14.39. I'll put him right up with Derek Watkins on an overall fastest time. As you guys might have wondered, Josh Anderson still has not come down the pit road. Neither has Jeremy Clapper in the 95, as he's going to go ahead and just let Evan Pienta ride on by. Not going to put up a fight. Going to let the leaders do what the leader needs to do. And then Mike Thomas, allowing the leaders to go by as well. He has not come to pit road either. So those are the final three drivers that come to pit road. We'll follow Josh Anderson here, as he's not far from pit lane. We'll jump on board with Josh and see what his view is looking like here as he drives it in. Oh, just a little hard there into that turn. So he's got the number 66 of John Garrett right behind him. John has come to pit road, so he'll just be looking to make the pass. He's got fresh tires as well, and fresh tires really do mean a lot here at this track. This track is very abrasive, even with it being a newer track. The pavement here is very abrasive and really wear out the tires on the long run. Now the drivers were given 2 extra set of tires before this race started. As he's going to let John Garrett by, he's going to dive down and come down to pit road here. That time around, Joe Selby had his fastest lap of the day, a 2:12 flat. So it's like quite a few drivers continuing to figure out ways to be faster. Adam Bazale that time around had his fastest lap as well, 2:14.31. Now that they have fresh tires, they know what they're doing a little bit better, trying to really make up some time. So he gets on the back of the one, Mike Thomas. Mike will move out of the way as he's been doing this entire race, just allowing the drivers to do their thing. Now Josh Anderson is looking to come off pit road, and he'll be right where he was when he came off in the 6th position. We'll jump back to the number 1 of Evan Pienta, as we're now down to 20 laps to go at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Check this race info here. Back again. Track temperature hasn't changed. Still in very hot 97 degrees here for the Lone Star Grand Prix at COTA. We'll look back to the field here as Adam Bazale is in the 5th position, trying to make up some time on Derek Watkins right in front of him. We saw those two come down to pit road together and leave pit road together, and they've stayed about the same, about 2 seconds apart since that time. That time around, Evan Pienta with his fastest lap so far, a 2:11.41, just absolutely insane. Once everybody's figuring out, trying to get their faster laps, look at this perfect view of Evan coming through the S's. That is a tough one right there to be able to make a success. We'll jump to our 2nd place car, see here. We'll see what his view is as he's going to be coming through the S's here, along with Kyle Akers, the lap car right behind. You see how fast it is at the start of those S's, but at the end of them, you really got to take it slow. We're going to take this to the ticker for just a little bit. That way we can get the sponsor back out there. The Lone Star Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas, presented by Dylan Nadwodny Creative. And so you can keep up with the battles that are still happening on track. This is the overall battles as they continue to happen. And you'll see what the time difference is there as well on the right-hand side. While we're out of here, showing you this perfect. Look at this. What's it called? The gyro cam, if I'm saying that correctly, as it stays in one place as the car itself moves. So really get a good view of how the car moves around left to right through this track. We'll jump back up to our leader here, as he's got the fastest times that we're seeing so far. And we'll go ahead and give you a crank it up session here. Not to take away your what has been a very nice crank it up session so far. And as those of you watching on YouTube and our comment section, yes, indeed, we halfway now, 17 laps completed, 17 laps to go, which means our halfway points. And with 12 drivers starting the race, one out, Evan Pienta in first, Joe Selby in second, John Garrett in third, Derek Watkins in fourth, Adam Pizzale is in fifth, Josh Anderson in sixth, DG Swiss in seventh, Kyle Lakers in eighth, Jeremy Clapper in ninth, and Mike Thomas in 10th. Those are the gentlemen here getting your extra bonus points for showing up today and sticking with it, getting themselves some bonus points at the halfway point. Go back and mention right there that Christopher Alcar put down another one of his fastest laps. So as we said, he continues to learn as this race goes on, even with a damaged race car, knowing continuing to improve, and right there in 11th position. no immediate on-track battles for the moment. Everybody's got a bit of separation amongst themselves. We'll actually go ahead and take it to our Ballista Packs commercial. Remember, Ballista Packs being the title sponsor for the Cup Series for the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Alright, that was the Ballista Packs commercial creator. My apologies. Ballista Packs creator of the Survivor 1 backpack, which features a patented quick draw ballistic body armor system that deploys in seconds with just one hand. While concealing your body armor, the Survivor 1 also functions as a traditional backpack. You will find storage for your laptop, accessories, and other mission essential items that you may need. Go to ballistapacks.com right now, where their whole store is 50% off for a limited time. Make sure you get yourself anything you might need that they could be selling that would be useful for you. I can tell you right away that backpack is very useful. It's not just something to help protect yourself, but it's got used to it. It's not, you don't have to compromise uh, features for safety, as they would say. You get both of them with the Survivor 1 backpack. And right now, the entire store 50% off, so make sure you go ahead and make the use of that. So right now, the leader, Evan Pienza, crosses the start-finish line. We are now down to 15 laps to go. So just past the halfway mark. Evan Pienza's in first. We'll run down through your grid once again. Evan Pienza from Lambertville, Michigan in first. Joe Selby is in second, the number 99 Chevrolet Camaro, sponsored by our title sponsor, Ballista Packs, from St. Charles, Missouri. John Garrett in his Chevy Camaro from Tyler, Texas, in the Fort Worth Screen Chevrolet. Derek Watkins from Melbourne, Florida, just up the road from me, in his Ballista Packs Chevy Camaro as well. Adam Bazile in his Ford Mustang from Vienna, Ohio, with Ideal Lease on his hood today. Josh Anderson from Wilburton, Oklahoma, sponsors our Kids Lawn Service, Stamp Digger Photography, and Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports, the team he runs for. Running that red and gray, say red, gray, white, black, all the different colors in his Chevy Camaro. DG Swiss from Richmond, Virginia, and his number 26 Toyota Camry. Not too many Toyotas or Fords here, mostly Chevrolets, but DG's in that representing Toyota well here in the 7th position. Kyle Akers from Fair Lawn, Virginia, running in the 8th position in his, trying to get a good view of what his sponsor is for you guys. Looks like it's probably a local plumbing service. So, sorry if you can't quite read what it is. Got a bit of damage to the front end of this Chevrolet Camaro. Jeremy Clapper from Peterborough. My apologies, Jeremy. I don't know what state that is in, but he's in the MSP Knives number 95 Chevy Camaro in his first season with Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports. Mike Thomas in the number 1 Chevrolet Camaro using what looks like an Oreo paint scheme. Yes, very nice one. Christopher Alkire, our Navy veteran, in his Navy Ford Mustang from Nampa. Again, Christopher Alkire, if you didn't see that commercial, that video put together last week, definitely recommend checking out our stream from last week on that one. Talks about how he's out here racing on iRacing, trying to raise awareness for suicide prevention. So, very noble thing. We appreciate him out here trying to do such a thing, and well-deserved victory again he got a few weeks ago. Kyle Akers is gonna make his second trip to pit road here. With 14 laps to go. So right now the window's open. You are good to make it to the end once you pit here. Let's go ahead and get 4 fresh Goodyears. Gonna use that fast repair from the looks of it. So let's jump back onto his. Looks like Fleming's Heating and Plumbing from Mechanicsville, Virginia. So we were able to get in his sponsor just a little bit there. So and Christopher Alkire as well, making his second trip down to pit road, so he will be good to make it to the end as well. He'll use up his fast repair that's given up, and he'll get his 4 fresh Goodyears as well, and get back out there and try to finish this race in one piece. See Evan Panson driving here through turn 1 with 13 laps to go. Let's see, once these drivers come down pit road for the second and final time, we'll have to see how much of them will get their fastest lap once again, once they're on fresh fuel goods, as they call them. Yeah, just look at the way those cars just sit into the track. They bounce around, but they grip. They will grip as long as you treat her well. They will continue to drive and grip. It's all about learning what you can't do here at some of these tracks. Or some of these turns, my apologies. You gotta give it to them, you know. We've had 12 drivers, only one is out of the race today, and what is considered one of the more difficult tracks on the circuit. So great job of all these drivers, taking it calm, driving it in a way that they can, not pushing it too hard. And of course, up to no surprise, Evan Pienza is just on it today with currently a 22-second lead over Joe Selby. That time Joe was actually only about 0.3 of a second off of Evan. Evans just got his consistency down. We've seen him make a few mistakes here and there, but overall the consistency of just sticking to those 212, 213 second marks is what's really helping him. See the lap car currently of Jeremy Clapper right in front. Here comes your next pit stop here. John Garrett going to be the first guy, those on the lead lap, to come down pit road. He'll bring it in from the 3rd position. On this lap, seems like he's still the only taker. We got quite a few drivers behind that could easily come down pit road. Just like that, four fresh fuel goods, 14 and a half seconds later, and a full tank of fuel. John Garrett's back out there in the fifth position. Josh Anderson, he waited a long time on that last run to come to pit road. He's not going to wait long this time. He'll bring it right into pit road. Overall, still a pretty clean looking car. Just a little bit of damage here and there, but overall pretty clean for a race at Circuit Americas. And for most of these drivers, even Evan Pienta, this is their first time out on track at this facility. Oh, it looks like Josh decided to, for a gas and go, decided not to take tires. This would be interesting to see how he holds up on the long run here, and what gain or what loss this might affect him here. DG Swiss also decided to come in here on lap 22. He'll take 4 fresh tires. And here it is, our second place car. Joe Selby decides he's going to bring it down pit road. He's was about 24, I think 23 seconds behind Evan Pienta when he came down. So we'll see how he does on this pit sequence. So our second place driver coming down the pit road for the final time, or what should be the final time. Looks like he will also be taking 4 fresh tires. And Derek Watkins, our third place driver right now, was fourth at the start of the cycle before John Garrett came in. He's on the pit road, and Adam Pizzelle is going to follow right in. So these two came in at the same time the last time they were on pit road, and they'll stick together here this time around as well. Nice solid pit stop there for Joe Selby at 14:45. Put him back out there. We'll see how much time he may have gained or lost overall on this run as we're coming down to the final laps of this race. Adam Pizzelle, I think he may have only taken right side. Did he take only a certain set here? We'll have to see. He was on pit road. No, Adam Pizzelle is going to go ahead and do what only Josh Anderson has done so far. It was a gas and go. It took a little bit longer just to fill her up. Interesting decision on both of these drivers for gas and go only. Oh, Derek Watkins went off track a little bit there. Oh, here through the S's. He just slides it through. Gonna keep it in one piece, but that will allow Adam Pizzelle to go by, so we'll see what happens. And here we have our leader, Evan Pienta, coming down pit road for his final stop of the day, as we are now down to 10 laps to go. The number 8 of Kyle Akers goes by, trying to get his lap back. We'll see what does Evan do here. He'll take 4 tires. No reason not to go ahead and put some fresh Goodyears on it and give yourself the maximum car control. You don't want to give away this race at the end trying to do something crazy like his pit stalling there. You see it's his own face. So Evan Pienta comes back out. We'll see where they cycle back out. He had a 15-second pit stop, so about half a second slower, or yeah, slower than Joe Selby's there. We'll wait for the timing on the left rear screen on the tower to update next time. Oh, Joe's back on pit road. I wonder what happened. Joe's had to come back down pit road. This might cost, it's a good chance it's going to cost him second places. We jump to John Garrett coming off of the final turn. He'll drive past pit road. Let's see what happened with Selby here. That was a quick in and out. Looks like he got a fast repair. I'm not sure if maybe he lost it at one point and did himself too far damage, but he had to give up the second position and probably any chance of winning this race unless Pienta has just a catastrophic failure. Exactly what John Garrett would have wanted to see is he's got 4 seconds over Joe, so we'll see now what kind of What kind of battle we have here for the second position? Oh, just heard over the radio now. Joe saying that he lost it at one point and had to come down and use his fast repair. See if we can jump a little further up and see maybe what may have happened. We'll see if this is what happened for Joe. Oh, we'll see him get sideways. Oh, and he does get some pretty heavy contact with that metal guardrail on the left-hand side there. So that'll be what cost Joe Selby his fast repair. As he's going to maintain about a 4-second difference behind John Garrett. So we'll be looking for this battle here, see if we don't have ourselves a battle for second place. That's not the closest battle we have on track, though. Derek Watkins still 2 seconds behind Adam Bazeo, looking to try to make up as much time as he possibly can. He'll drive it really deep through there to try to gain on Bazeo, and he will. Adam looks like he may have messed up that turn a little bit. Now only a second ahead. Looks like something happened with Joe Selby. That looks like he may have gone off of that last turn a little hot. And that's probably going to cost him a chance at second. Oh, yeah, he just loses it. Keeps it going, though. No contact with anything. Great driving there for Joe. But that'll put him a little further back than what he wanted on John Garrett. That time around, Derek Watkins put down his fastest lap of the of the race as he's just trying to chase down Bazeo. As he just put down a 2:14.33 that time around. Kyle Akers with his fastest time as well, 2:26.01. Quite a few drivers still looking to put their fastest laps down here. Trying to make every bit of it count. At the moment, Evan Pienza still, of course, your leader with 9 laps to go, coming through the final turn to make it 8 laps to go. He's so far put the 7th through 12th a lap down as he's looking to chase down Josh Anderson. It's not. Let's see, Josh is pretty good. He's way past the S's, so unless Josh has a catastrophic failure through here, he should be alright and stay on the lead lap for this one. There it is, Derek Watkins now not too far behind Adam Bazile. Let's jump on board with Derek and see what his view looks like as he's just trying to chase down that number 55 Ford Mustang. Ooh, a little tail happy there. He'll keep it together though. Overall looks like Derek just, at least from those last couple turns, he's taking these corners a lot tighter than Adam is. Adam seems to be just kind of taking them wide. Oh, driving deep here, deep into turn 1. Wow, look at all the time that Derek made up in just that turn. Unbelievable. As he'll stay right up with Adam here. They go through the S's. Really got to be patient with the throttle through here. Anything too much, and we see what happened with Derek already. That is a tight bit of turns right there. Difficult, but fun. seems like in these heavy braking zones, Derek is making up a ton of time where Adam's just going to go a little bit off track, gets it back out on track though. Adam's taking it very gingerly compared to Derek. Derek's really pushing hard. As the leader across the line, we're now down to 7 laps to go. That time around, I don't think Adam's a slouch as they are going to stay close. Adam put down his fastest lap that time around, a 2:14.29. Him and Brazil were their fastest lap times are less than half a tenth off of each other. So even with a couple of issues here and there, going off track between the two, clearly they were meant to be side by side this entire race, even coming down to the final few laps. Only got about 24 maybe miles to go, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that, but more or less. Yeah, Adam pulled away really good through that section of the track. Yeah, you can just see Derek is just heavily outbraking Bazeo in these stronger braking zones. We'll jump back up to Joe Selby as he's made his way back up to John Garrett. As John had a bit of a mishap right before that. We'll see if we can't show you. Oh, he dropped into first gear. I think he maybe just didn't remember that he was in second gear still, so on that last turn really cost him some time as Joe is still right on his bumper. So we got a battle for second and a battle for fourth. Just the way things work out here, where there's always drivers around each other, even at the end of what feels like just such a long race with no cautions. This is the fastest part of the track. Joe thought about peeking to his inside, but John Garrett stayed just a little bit low to kind of counter that, to make sure that Joe didn't think about it. Nice, smooth through there for Joe, but John's going to stay right in front of him nonetheless. Both of them just sliding across through there. Evan Pienza definitely taking this rather gingerly, running a 2:17 that time, so not trying to push it by any means. As here it is, we're looking through. Joe's gonna get a good run down the front stretch, take it low on John Garrett, and he will take second place back from John Garrett. So we'll see if John can't get back up there and put a battle to him for it, or can Joe hang on to second. Oh, I see something happened here to our leader, Evan Pienza. He just lost it there off of turn one. I was wondering what those tread marks were there for, if they were just part of the track or not, but clearly that was from our leader. See, he is pushing us still every chance he gets, even with a sizable lead. He lost about 10 to 11 seconds in that moment. The lap car of Jeremy Clapper is going to go ahead and stay high out of the way as he is trying to hang on to a 9th place finish today. Adam Bazile has found his way further up than Derek Watkins. Derek had a bit of a mistake earlier there, just going off track a little bit, that allowed Adam to pull back away to a 4-second lead over him. As Evan Pienta is going through turn one, he has just put it to we are now 5 laps to go. Ready to really make this dominating day for him on the road course. No road courses, however, in the playoffs. We'll go through the rest of the schedule. As we mentioned before, Talladega is up next. The final chance to get yourself a spot in the playoffs with a victory. No way better to do it than at Talladega, where we know everybody has that equal opportunity to win there. Richmond is up after Talladega, the very first race of the playoffs. Then you have Kansas, Charlotte, Homestead, and just like the Cup drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series, they are at Phoenix for the championship race on Wednesday, September 8th. Stay tuned throughout the season as we continue to have fantastic races. And we'll go ahead and give you guys another crank it up session here. Got the time for it, and just give you guys one extra session here. just like that, we are coming down to just 2 laps to go as Evan Pienta is getting close to making that happen. We're on the nose view of Derek Watkins as he is still trying to chase down Adam Bazale. Love watching this nose view, really getting to see how these cars plant themselves to the ground, see how the drivers use every bit of the track that's out there to their availability. That last time around, Adam Bazale actually had his fastest lap, so as he continues to get chased here by Derek Watkins, he's still trying to put down his fastest lap possible. It's that deep entrance that Watkins has through there. And Jeremy Clapper as well just put down his fastest lap that time around. As did Kyle Akers. So big job for them. Good job continuing to improve. I will say this, the last time around, Evan Pienta and Joe Selby were within 1/10 of each other when it came to lap times. Oh no, Adam's gonna lose it off the turn. Oh my goodness, that's not what Adam was looking for whatsoever. He just gasses it up. He's still got the right size in the grass, and he hits it hard. I don't know what damage is gonna look like for him, but oh, not what he was hoping for whatsoever. That is, he's still driving it around. He's still got plenty of time between him and 6th place Josh Anderson. And the front end doesn't look bad. It sounded worse than I think it was, so I think he'll be just fine. The front end looks, I think it looks just fine. He'll be all right. Damage to that right front, but he's still out there. I don't see him coming down the pit road to get that fixed up. Jump back to Evan Pienta here as he crosses the start-finish line. Now, for those of you that don't realize, the start-finish line is actually that first flagman that you saw. It's not under the Circuit of the Americas banner they have there. So it's actually just a white line further up, and you actually see it on our track map, the red line. That's the first one. So that'll actually mark where they finished this race. Right now, Evan Pienta coming through the S's. You see, I believe Kyle Akers just pull right through the middle, stay completely away from Evan, not to possibly mess his race up. Again, shows the respect these drivers have for each other, even in what could be considered a frustrating night. It's very frustrating when you're racing here and you just struggle all day long and see someone as fast as Pienta continue to go by you. But nonetheless, the respect is there, allows them right through. Adam Bazale still not very far off of Derek Watkins, so looking for maybe just a moment where Derek slips up again and he can't probably capitalize. And just like that, Evan Pieta comes off of the final turn and right through here. And here it is. Evan Pieta is the winner for today's Circuit of the America race here at Texas. Great job on Evan Pieta, just in dominating fashion. Just going to win the Lone Star Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas. Fantastic job. We'll see him burn it down, as he should, as he'll become only the second driver this season to have more than one victory. See Joe Selby, he's still ready to come across here. Hasn't quite come across the start-finish line yet. Coming into the final turn, looking for his podium finish here in second place. Big day for Joe to make up some points. John Garrett follows right behind, not too far here in third place. He'll cross the line third. Adam Pazeo made his way back around Derek Watkins. Oh, we got to go back and check what happened there. I missed this one. Sorry about this. We were focusing. That was right when Pienta's crossed the start-finish line. Oh, and it was Derek Watkins got back up the track again, so. All right, so we're going to go ahead and find John Garrett. We've actually got somebody talking with him now. We'll bring him in just a moment. Don't want to interrupt that. Hey, John, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me?
I got you, Angel.
Sorry about that. I can hear the radio in the background. I know you just finished talking with one of the other drivers, but nonetheless, you got yourself another podium finish, another top three. What did it take here today, and how does it feel?
Oh, it mainly took staying on the track and surviving turn one, and then I tried to pit a little earlier than everybody else, and that might have gave me a lap or two with a little fresher tires, but mainly just stay out of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Pitting early definitely help those lap times early on and really make up the time. And from here, you just further extend your lead on that playoff cutoff line. So we got one more race at Talladega. I know you're pretty darn good at those super speedways, so good luck next week. Who do you have to thank for today?
10 for you. I appreciate it, Angel. I got to thank Fort Worth Screen Printing, as always, Outrun Esports, Head Candy, Richmore Racing, Athens Screen Printing, and my Twitch viewers and followers at John T. Garrett.
Well, congratulations again, John, on the third place finish. I will see you on Sunday for our battle then. And
All
then
right.
these
10
guys
4.
will see you later. Thank you. All right, that was your third place finisher, John Garrett. Great guy, race each other in another league. We'll jump now to second place finisher, Joe Selby. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Hey, Joe, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me?
I do. Good evening.
Good evening, Joe. Fantastic job today, finishing in the second position. Big points day for you, as we've got one more race left to make it to the playoffs. What's it gonna take next week for you?
I'm not even sure if I have enough races, but if I do, it's probably going to take a win. I've missed way too many races in this series. Unfortunately, just had a few conflicts during the season, but still nice. I definitely circled this race as a chance to get a good finish, and unfortunately, not nearly as good as Evan tonight. But I'll take second.
Absolutely, Evan was on a roll. If I'm not mistaken, I think you need to have 6 races competed in for a win to be considered lock in the playoffs. So this should have been your 5th race. So if you can get into next week in Talladega for, don't quote me on it, but I'm thinking that's what it is. You maybe can get yourself in the playoffs still.
Yeah, I mean, it will definitely take a win. Again, with how many races I missed, and I guess I didn't realize it was Talladega, so anything's possible. especially with these cars in the side drafting and everything that you have in iRacing with them.
Absolutely agreed. Well, I'm sure you got some guys to thank you for a fantastic finish. Go on ahead.
Definitely thanking Ballista Packs for the sponsorship of the series. And thanks to all my Average Joe's teammates. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast. And everybody with SRL for putting the leagues on.
Well, thank you, Joe. It was a pleasure. You drove one one hell of a race today, and I know it may not seem like it, but you had some lap times that really were rival with that of Evan Pienta. So good job, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
You as well. Thank you. That was second place finisher Joe Selby. Had a fantastic run, and I said it. His lap times were not very far off, less than half a second between his fastest and that of winner Evan Pienta. Speaking of Evan, we'll go ahead and bring him on in now. Hey Evan, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me?
I do.
Well, Evan, we spoke at the start of this race. I said hopefully we're speaking here again, and here we are. You become only the second person so far in the Blister Pack Cup Series to have more than one win. How does it feel?
It feels really good. I mean, I know that both those wins came on road courses, and I'd like to get one on an oval. But wins are wins. Didn't really feel confident going into this race with the testing I did, and then struggled to get a lap in practice for probably the first 25, 30 minutes. I would just like spin out in a corner, particularly I don't know what corner it is, but it's the one before the big carousel, before the final two corners. That one was really tricky. I had trouble with one a couple times, and then just overshooting a couple other corners here and there, just making small mistakes. I know I said I didn't want to make any major mistakes, so just made some minor mistakes that brought the 99 up to me when the race first started, and it was putting the pressure on me early, and so but once the pit stops came through, I feel like I just was able to get onto pit road and get off quicker than him, and that was where I really gained all my time and built a cushion to where I didn't really have to worry about it anymore.
Absolutely. Nobody had a perfect race today, even for our winner. We saw a couple mistakes, but you were the fastest with the least mistakes. You get yourself like you said, your second win on a road course this season. I know you said you're looking for that oval one, but it's not been without a lack of trying. You've been close, and you've shown a lot of speed at those. So we'll look forward to seeing you next week at Talladega with a chance to make it the only guy maybe with 3 wins going into the playoffs. So you got anybody you'd like to thank?
You for putting the broadcast on, Ballista Packs and SRL for putting the league on. My team, Ford Bite, eBay Motors, Pit Viper, um, and that's about it.
Well, Evan, thank you very much. You put on a show for us every week, and today was no different. We got a chance to sit in with you a couple different times in those runs and see what you were those laps you're putting from the in-car view. So great job. Thank you for the show, as you said. Congratulations on your second win, and we'll see you next week at Talladega.
Thank you.
That was Evan Pienta, your winner today in dominating fashion. He'll win both road course races on the season at Watkins Glen and again here at Circuit of the Americas. We'll go ahead and run down through your race results here. Evan Pienta, as we just spoke with, was your winner. Joe Selby in second. John Garrett in third. Adam Bazale in fourth. Derek Watkins in fifth. Josh Anderson's in sixth. DG Swiss in seventh. Jeremy Clapper in eighth. Kyle Akers in ninth. Christopher Alkire is going to round out your top 10. Mike Thomas in 11th. And Michael Edwards rounds out your field in 12th position. Want to thank everybody again for coming out, putting on a show for us with the Ballista Packs Cup Series. Thank you to Dylan Nadwodny Creative for sponsoring today's Lone Star Grand Prix for Circuit of the Americas. And That'll be all for today. Thank you again. This was Angel with Sim Racing Media for the Ballista Packs Cup Series. We will see you next Wednesday at 8:30 at Talladega for the final chance to get your spot in the playoffs.